Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
And we are back for another week. Well, I'm back for another week. So I was out last week, and James and Jaja were here by themselves. And I have to say that you guys did an awesome job recording without me. It was really good. Some parts really made me laugh, like at the end. I decided to keep in James, and you couldn't figure out how to stop the recording. That was funny.
Should have saw how long it took me to find what recording was.
Really? Is that your first? Is this your first time using Zoom, like on your own as a host?
Yeah, recording one.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, you guys did a really great job. So I'm glad that you guys were able to hold it down.
We are raw and uncut over here, so.
You guys were talking about a lot of stuff that made me like yell like while I was editing. Like when you guys were talking about Harry Potter, and somebody said Harry Potter was done, and I'm like, no, it's the like, Fantastic Beasts is going on right now. Like it's still Harry Potter. Whoever was talking about that,
I'm out the loop.
I know.
Now you know how I feel when I miss a part and then I watch the episode over. I'm like, dang, I wish I was there. I would have said this.
I'm trying to think false information.
I'm trying to think of what else you said or what else somebody said. No, I think that was it. But yeah, you guys did a really good job. I wish I was here to be in on the conversation you guys had about Bel Air because it was really good.
We're gonna talk some more about it because I watched more episodes. I only saw the first two last week.
Okay. Oh, right. And now you're only one behind. Okay.
Yeah.
So we gotta talk about that. But not too far because we don't want to spoil this. You didn't watch this past episode. We don't want to spoil that. But yeah. How have you guys been since the last week? What are some nerdy things you guys have been doing?
I can get it started. So I've still been playing Cyberpunk. That's pretty much all I do right now. So yeah, the track meets picked back up. So my free time is going down the drain. But when I do have some, I'll just play Cyberpunk. Still enjoying that. It's really good next gen. I haven't run into any more like crazy bugs so far. Not that I think, at least. And then One Piece, the manga, there was a huge reveal pretty recently. So all the One Piece fans, if you guys aren't caught up in the manga, go ahead and do that because there was a huge.
How many huge reveals can there be after 1,000 plus episodes?
There's a lot more huge
haven't
reveals.
Haven't they done it all already? I'm confused.
There's still some mysteries out there. So we'll see.
I was gonna say if Dragon Ball Z can keep going, then One Piece can keep going.
I guess.
Yeah, and the storytelling is still really good. Like it's not like they're shoehorning stuff in and like things are coming out of nowhere. It'll be like callbacks from like 300 chapters ago. Like, oh wait, that was like subtly hinted, and then the reveal actually happens. So like they're really working hard on that story. So it's actually all probably put together for real, but they're just taking their time with it. But I don't mind. I enjoy it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all my nerdy things. I think if something comes up, I'll say, oh yeah, I did that. But yeah, and I watched Bel Air. That's what I've been doing. And Atlanta too. Atlanta.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. I watched Atlanta. So we can talk about that. Jaja, have you seen Atlanta?
No, I have not. I've seen the first season.
So you haven't seen like okay. So maybe like me and James could like talk about that briefly because by the time you catch up, you're not gonna remember what we talked about.
I don't mind spoilers. You can spoil
and it's not really like it's not really a spoiler, but I do want to talk about it though because the first two episodes were very interesting.
Yeah.
What was I about to say? Oh, Jaja, what have you been up to? Oh yeah,
James,
sorry.
Did you get Elden Ring yet?
No, I didn't get it.
Does
yet.
it sound like he got Elden Ring?
Okay.
I don't think he's ever going to get it.
Still on Cyberpunk.
He's not getting Elden Ring. That's it.
Oh, yes.
I'll let you two hold it down. I'll let you guys hold Elden Ring.
Jaja, yes, that's another thing I meant to bring up. I'm so surprised now that you like Elden Ring now. I was so surprised listening to your change of heart last week. Talking about how you like it now. Because it's so different from the first week.
My opinion keeps evolving on this game. Let's say that.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking forward to what your opinion is now. All right. So what have you been up to?
Playing a lot of freaking Elden Ring. I'll tell you that. If it's not watching a video, either like just a funny like stream of somebody playing it or just some informational video of on like where to go or what to do, what gear to get. I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring. I'm investing a lot of time in that game. My boy who actually told me I was playing the game wrong, he's actually on the second playthrough. He told me just a while ago. So I'm like, dang, I feel like I'm still in the beginning of the grave. Like I went through a lot of the bosses in Limegrave, and
Yeah.
I'm in the Weeping Peninsula. That's like to the south of the starting area. So
Okay.
it's still like the beginning areas. Like I'm level 35. I'm not gonna say I got that far in the game, but I'm just having a lot of fun with it. I'm not really having that experience where I'm fighting a boss like 30 times before I beat him. Like I'm having a pretty, I'm not gonna say easy, but like my guy is ready. Like,
Okay.
so
Okay.
so
What bosses have you fought already?
so I have there's a website I'm using that has like it shows you where all the bosses and mini bosses and like invasions are
Okay.
on the map. So and they kind of put it in like an order where they think the difficulty is. So I've been going through that. And Limegrave, I guess you could say, has like 30 bosses and mini bosses, and I've cleared maybe like 25 of them. Just
Okay.
like the hardest one in Storm, the castle I haven't done, and there's this knight that's on like this peninsula
Nowhere.
that
Go hold the
Crucible
net on the
Knight,
horse.
and he's
Oh.
like red. He's glowing red. You have to like
Oh,
go
right.
through
Yeah. I
rulers.
know. Yeah. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
he's tough. So I haven't beat him, but I've gone through like I feel like I've fought like a lot of people. So and but I'm having fun with the game, and I don't like the exploration thing, the whole open world exploration side of it was cool for a little bit, but then when you're trying to progress through the game, it's like, all right, I got to get my guide and just have it. Which quest is next? All right, let's go. And but doing that, I'm just bouncing from quest to quest, beating people real quick, running through the dungeons. And I know the dungeons are gonna get longer, but this game really is reminding me of like, I don't know, WoW without like
Mm.
the different players running around.
Yeah.
Like they have the areas, like this is a level 0 to 50 area, and then you move on to maybe the, I don't know. It just like I'm feeling like I'm getting to know the game a little bit better. I'm having fun with it. But that's been most of it. Besides that, I've been watching Bel Air, Attack on Titan, trying to keep up with Rank of the Kings. So I hope none of my bosses watch my pod, but when I'm bored at work, I've been reading the Rank of the Kings manga. So
Oh,
I
okay.
started from scratch in
Oh,
that.
it's a story.
Just trying to see like the like if it's still good, like if the manga was good. And I gotta say the manga's pretty good. Like they do a good job of like showing and not telling pretty much because the kid can't speak. So there's a lot of panels where he's just like the noise that he makes in the show, like they spell it out in the manga, and it's if you sound it out, it is the noise that he makes in the show. It's pretty funny. So and you still can understand everything that he's saying. So I don't know. I found that pretty good, and yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Okay. Awesome. I'm glad that you like Elden. I'm just so surprised that your Elden Ring come around. Hold on, sorry. I'm just writing down these things to talk about in the run of show so that we don't forget. Okay, what have I been doing? Sorry. So I finished Ranking of Kings. So the season's over, right? Yes. The season is over. So I'm caught up. I can talk about what I thought about it a little later, but I am finished with it now. So I'll save my thoughts for later. What else have I been doing? Shoot. I haven't touched Elden Ring this week. I wish I had time to, but I haven't had the time to sit down and touch it. And then like when I get home from work, it's just like, do I really feel like dying 1,000 times today? I don't know. It's an internal battle I have with myself every single time I think about playing it. Like, do I really want to be frustrated after a long day at work? I don't know. So that's why I haven't really played it this week. What else have I been doing? I randomly watched Injustice the other day on HBO Max. Did somebody here watch Injustice, the animated movie? Okay, yes, I remember you talking about that. I watched that the other day. That was actually really good. I just we put it on randomly. And I actually really liked it a lot. It was really good.
Yeah, those DC animated movies don't really miss.
Yeah, no, they don't, not at all. It's just the writers.
I don't know.
They
I
just
don't
need
know
to
if
bring
you
those
guys
writers over to live action.
I don't know if you guys remember my rant on that movie. I didn't think it was the best.
Wait, really? Wait, why didn't you like it?
Compared to that comic storyline, they kind of like missed a lot of the things that made that story good.
Like what specifically? Name like one point.
Like the grittiness, a lot of the heroes didn't die. There was a
Okay.
lot of subplots that like threw you off from like that weren't in the original comic. Like what's the guy's name? Batman's enemy? I forget, but there's a guy in there that's like a sub villain that they have to fight, and it's like he's not even a part of the actual comic. And I don't know, though. I gotta refresh myself on my whole rant, but I think that move, like compared, like I was expecting the Injustice. Like I remember reading that comic, or I was watching a YouTube video that explained the whole comic to you, and there was so much death and like betrayal and like I don't know. There was a lot of stuff that happened in the comic that didn't happen in the movie.
Okay. Well, I never read that comic storyline, so maybe that's why I'm so jaded. But I thought it was good for someone who didn't read the comics. But if you did read the comic, then yes, I imagine that there were probably some different things. So that's an interesting take. So then what was your rating of just the movie? Knowing that you have read the comic, what do you rate the movie?
I mean, as far as the DC animated movie go, it can't go higher than a 7 for me. Maybe like a 6.
Okay. A 7 is not bad. I thought you were gonna say something like a 4.
Yeah, it was decent.
Like,
it just didn't come. I'm just comparing it to the comic. You know what I mean? If I didn't have the comic there, then it probably bump up to like 7.5, 8 maybe. But
7.5. Like that was a big.
If I'm looking at the comic, it was like, dang, like I didn't. It missed that.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, so I watched that. What else did I do? I'm caught up on Bel Air. I watched Atlanta. I think that's it. I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart for Switch with my boyfriend just because that's fun. And I've been winning at that. I've noticed that I'm better at Mario Kart on the Switch than I am on the arcade version, which I don't really understand, but I'm really good at it. So we played that. What else? That's it. Yeah, that's it. I think that's all the nerdy things that I have for this week. And Attack on Titan, of course, but like whatever. I feel like since I just finished reading the manga, I just feel like I'm just watching the same thing over again that I just read. I'm just really
you're ready for it to be over.
Yeah, I'm just really interested to see what they do with the ending. I don't think they're gonna at this point. I don't think they're really gonna change it, but we'll see.
I mean, so here's my new thing. Like, I'm ready for it to be over, but now that I'm watching the English dub, it's like I'm waiting for that more than the Japanese dub now.
I'm not. I like the Japanese dub. I listen to the sub. I mean, I like the Japanese sub better than the dub. I listened to the dub the other day because my boyfriend watches it in dub, and I don't know. There's some voices that I just don't like.
Okay,
like
I mean,
Armin's voice is too like Armin's voice is a little too like squeaky for me. I don't know. I don't like it.
I hear what you're saying, but let me ask you a question. Since you just finished reading the manga, right? Where the last episode left off, where General Magath and Keith Sadas, they pretty much sacrificed themselves for them to continue, right? And in the manga, I didn't go back and refresh, but I meant to. I remember them talking about like, oh, how like they're not going to be remembered for this. Pretty much like their names aren't going to go down in history because no one really, like, they knew Magath stayed, but they didn't even know Keith was there and that he blew up the train with the reinforcements and that he helped out Magath even get to the boat so that they can stop the boat. And I don't know, I felt like that scene was way more powerful in the manga. And I feel like when it comes out dubbed, it's gonna hit the same way, but I don't know, the Japanese version to me didn't hit.
I don't know. I have to watch it again and see because I don't remember now. Like I wasn't thinking about it that way, but now I have to watch it again. I mean, you might be right. There are some moments where I think the sub does lack the emotion just because you can't really feel it because you can't really, you're just reading it, you're not understanding it. But so that's a good point. I feel like that's valid. But maybe I'll watch the dub and see compared to the sub if the emotion is conveyed better. But yeah, there's no episode of Attack on Titan this week, guys. So the season finale is next week. It's all going to be jammed up into an hour. We'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to remember when that part happened, how many chapters were left until the end of the story. I feel like it was a few, right? Like 8.
Right. I feel like they got
7 or
quite
8.
a bit to go to. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I don't really understand how they're gonna cram all of it into an hour, but we'll see. It makes me think they're gonna
Is it
change
even
something.
confirmed to be an hour?
We'll see. Yeah, I think so. Let me just let me double check. Was that a rumor that somebody just started? Hold on.
Yeah, some people were saying
it can't be a half an hour. It can't be 24 minutes. There's no way. There's no way. Series finale runtime.
Everyone's rumoring that a movie's coming out, but I really hope they don't do that.
I hope not. I hope not. I hope not.
People are confused. I think they're thinking that hour long is going to be what they call a movie.
Like, let's get it done and let's get it over with. Let's dissect it and move on. I'm ready to move on.
No, I want to know how long it's going to be, not when it's coming out. Oh my God.
I think chapter 130 was the latest episode. So they probably got 8 or 9 chapters, like you said.
Yeah, okay, wait here. Okay.
Dang, 8 chapters and they could do that in an hour.
Can they?
I think.
I don't know. Okay, I can't find it now, but I read somewhere that it was going to be an hour. It kind of has to be an hour because there's no way that they can, if they're 8 or 9 chapters away, there's no way that they can get away with finishing that up in 24 minutes. It just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, if you think about it, there's really not that much left that needs to happen.
Yeah, but there's more than 24 minutes worth. 22 minutes if you cut out the intro.
22 minutes. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. There's more than that needs to happen. So I mean, hopefully they don't we'll see. I'm not even gonna say anything. We'll see. But remember, guys, that next week we're gonna record later to have a live reaction to the series finale. What time does that come on Hulu usually? Like 3:30, 4?
Yes. Hopefully there's no delays. There's no earthquakes or nothing.
Well, don't put that energy into the universe. All right, so we'll discuss the time that we'll meet. But yes, we'll have the in time reaction to the series finale, and we can talk about all that good stuff. All right, let's get into some video game news, which there's quite a bit today. So Xbox has announced a competition to win a furry Sonic the Hedgehog. Is it just the controllers or is it the Xbox too? Wait.
Xbox as well. So it's
God, that thing is so ugly. Sorry. Okay.
Yep. And the 2 controllers. So the red furry one for Knuckles, blue furry one for Sonic, and then the Xbox specialized console with the Sonic and Knuckles images on them. And then the around the speaker is golden, like the Sonic rings. So they included that in there too.
What I gotta do?
Yeah, what is the competition? Do you know, James?
Yeah, so you got to tweet at the Xbox page using, I forget what the exact hashtag is, but there's a hashtag that you got to tweet at them about the sweepstakes. And or you can spend Microsoft Rewards points from like Edge browser, I think. And that's how you win it. I think there's only one available though, so it's super.
There's only one available. Ooh, I wonder what the resale value for that's gonna be. If there's only one, if they're only giving away one.
This controller to use
it's gonna be ridiculous.
No one's gonna use this controller if they get it.
Yeah, why? No, your hand's gonna be. You can't even use it. It's a collector item since there's only one, but also like it's not practical. Your hands are gonna be all sweaty when you're sitting there gaming for hours. Like it's not practical at all. It's definitely a showpiece. I would use the Xbox, but then I would just compare a regular Xbox controller with the Xbox and not use the stupid furry controllers. It's cool. It's rare. I get it. It's ugly though. So I don't know. The Xbox itself is not that bad. It's just the controllers. The controllers are ugly.
I'm not mad at it. Anything to hype up this Sonic movie, man. I don't care.
Yeah.
Everyone's hype about this. Everyone's hype about the Sonic movie. I don't know. I still don't know if I'm gonna go see it.
We're getting Idris Elba as Knuckles.
Exactly.
If that's not enough to make you go see the movie, I don't know what else is.
It's not. It's not enough. It's not enough. But I don't know. I might go see it. My boyfriend really wants to see it, but I'll see
Let's go. Shannon's gonna see it. Go ahead and give it a. You can rip it apart after, but you got to see it to rip it apart. If you rip it apart without seeing it, I'm gonna be mad at you.
I know. I'll see it. Why not? I don't have to pay for it. AMC, my AMC stubs A-list will pay for it. So it's fine. Yeah. I'll see it. I'll see it. Maybe I'll like it. Do I have to watch the first one? Because I really don't want to watch the first one.
No, don't watch
Okay.
the first one. Just watch the
Okay.
second one.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Great. So yes, I will go see it. Are you guys? Oh wait, sidebar. Are you guys gonna go see Morbius this weekend? Because that's coming out on Thursday.
I'm gonna try. I've been doing bad with the movies lately. I'm like on.
Oh, you still didn't see
strike
Batman?
2. After Eternals, I'm on strike 2 right now. So I didn't see Eternals yet. I didn't see Batman, and now Morbius is coming out. I feel like a horrible person. I'm just a horrible person.
Morbius is nowhere near as long as Eternals or Batman. It's only 1 hour and 44 minutes. It's a lot less time. So, I already got my tickets to see it. So I'm gonna go, even though the critics' reviews, so for like the first reviews of it are not amazing. But I'll decide for myself when I go see it. Sorry, jumping all over the place, but I just want to mention that before.
Like they probably could say the worst things about these movies. I'm still gonna see them. Like,
well, yeah, of course, I'm gonna see them also. I want to know for myself, especially since again, A-list, I'm not paying for these tickets. I got to make the most of my subscription. Which, by the way, sorry, another sidebar. You still can't go see Jujutsu Kaisen with the AMC A-list thing. I don't know why. So. I'm just not going to see it. I refuse to pay extra money. I'll see it when it comes out on streaming.
Man, you're not a true blue fan.
I know.
That movie was heat.
I heard there was a lot of trypophobia triggers in that movie. Is that true? Because then I'm not going to see it.
It didn't strike me when I was watching it like, oh man, that's a whole bunch of circles clustered up together. I mean, it might be.
Because there in a couple of anime groups that I'm in, they were like warning people that there were a lot of like, so like now I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to be stressed out.
I think there's like scenes with like a bunch of eyes opening, but that's in like every single anime. It was like thousands of eyes just clustered together for something.
I mean, that will do it. That will do it. Yeah.
It's good though. So you should definitely go see it. I saw that it was rated very, very highly in the box office. So
yeah, no, it is. It was rated very highly in the box office, actually. Yeah.
I like how we said, oh, there's a lot of that phobia in the movie. He's like, all right, yeah, you should go see it.
just close your eyes,
I just gotta know when it's coming. It can't catch me off guard. Like, give me a timestamp, and then I'll go so I can be prepared. I'm gonna look it up. Is it only once that the eyes open? If that's the only part that you're talking about, if that's the only part that has it, or is it like multiple times?
Yeah, I can only remember that happening once. But if it's some other triggers like rhombuses look close enough to circles, then I'm lost. But yeah, I can only remember something like that happening one time.
Somebody on Reddit will know. I'll look it up and see what Reddit has to say. Okay. Sorry guys, we're off topic again. We're all over the place. Getting back on track now. Oh my god, I lost my train of thought. Back to video games. Yes, you can now get 3 months of Marvel Unlimited with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which is cool. Yes. That's a good bundle.
So it's a limited time deal, so definitely take advantage. I don't know when it expires. Like, I should know that, but
let's see.
It's one of the perks right now. But I'm definitely gonna take advantage of that. I'm gonna get my 3 months, and I will let you guys know what I picked to read. But are you guys still reading the Marvel Unlimited comics?
I fell off when I started reading Attack on Titan. But I was reading. I didn't finish reading my Champions run. I have to get back into that. And I will eventually. But when I started reading AOT, that completely took over everything.
That's understandable.
Yeah, I fell off hard.
Yeah, you haven't been reading either?
Nah, but 3
But
months,
it's funny that we were talking about. I just thought it was funny that we were talking about it a couple weeks ago, and it just ended up being a perk. Like, it wasn't always a perk. This is new.
No, yeah. I don't know. Does this article say when it expires? It doesn't look like it, but I don't know if I skimmed over it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on here.
All right, well, get it soon so that you can bundle up. Marvel Unlimited usually costs $10 a month, so you're saving some money right there if you already have a Marvel Unlimited subscription plus Xbox subscription. So you can knock out a cost right there for 3 months, and that makes a difference because all these subscriptions add up. So,
you know how much comics I could read in 3 months?
A lot. A lot.
And there's a lot on there, so I probably won't get
tons.
through most of it.
There's tons, but it is a little annoying. Sometimes if you're trying to complete a run of something, they don't have everything on there. So like sometimes if you're trying to complete a whole arc,
Mhm.
like you'll notice that like one comic that you need to read is missing, and then you get kind of mad that it's not there. That's my only gripe about Marvel Unlimited is that they don't have like everything on there. They're missing some things. But other than that, there's still a lot of content. Like more than enough. So just a warning for people that haven't used the app yet. Moving on. So Rockstar is launching a paid GTA Online subscription called GTA Plus. How do you guys feel about this as GTA players?
I don't play GTA, but
Oh, you
people
don't?
that do,
Oh, I thought you did.
nah,
Okay.
they love GTA, so I think they'll probably use it. I did see some pushback of just a subscription model. People
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, man, we're already paying enough money for this GTA stuff." So, and it's like a
Yeah.
8-year-old game, maybe even older than that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
because it's not
they're
like
still
there's a
loyal
new.
fans.
I think that if they released a new GTA and then they released a subscription service, maybe people would have been more receptive to it. But not for like if there's no updates to the game, it's kind of just like feels like they're just trying to suck your money out of you, which they are.
Yeah,
That's all anybody cares about now.
Yeah, I
that's
was
what's going
watching a
on.
video and they were pointing out that this GTA has been around for 3 generations of systems, which is
Lord.
kind of crazy.
That's
And
nuts.
to me, the subscription service makes sense. It's just they should have did it either a long time ago or pushed it out with GTA 6. Like they shouldn't be putting it out right now. And if you're gonna do it right now, like to get people on board, you should be giving a lot more than 500,000 a day. You can't buy nothing with $500,000 in GTA. That's the whole problem. Like that's why I don't play the games because I don't have no money. You got to spend 50 hours just to get enough money to buy one car and then do it all over again. They should be giving you minimum $1 million, $2 million a day or whatever, how often they give it to you with the subscription service. But like 500,000, you cannot do nothing with that. Why am I paying $5 like a subscription to still be broke in the game? Like
That's a good
the
point.
hackers are out there getting like 10 million with every hack, and I'm here 500,000 and I'm paying for it. Like that doesn't make sense. So they need to up the ante. Like I think it's a good idea, but they gotta give more. Like they being cheap. Like come on.
Also,
Like,
give
really?
us give the GTA fans a new game. Also,
Yeah, that's
right?
it.
Like I feel like that's
Well,
important.
GTA 6 is confirmed, but they're gonna milk
Yeah,
this
but like
one to
not
the
for like
ground.
but like when? In 3 years?
Right.
Man, I guess I'll
So
keep on
like
playing Cyberpunk.
But a lot of people still play GTA. That's why they're not in a rush to roll out a new game when they have people buying shark cards and buying cars and yachts in this game. Like they're not. I mean, it's good business, I guess, but like at the same time, man, the game is hard. Like the gameplay online is horrible unless you're
Mhm.
rich.
yeah.
You know what else people still play a lot of?
What?
Fortnite.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you guys like that transition? That was fairly smooth.
That was good. I don't play
Yeah.
any Fortnite though ever. I've never touched it. So I'm gonna let you guys talk about this.
Yeah, no, I actually I don't play it anymore either, but they have
I've never
a
played it.
feature where you can like on the go build essentially forts or whatever your imagination can think of. So they removed the building feature from the game, and it looks like they've been actually working towards having no building in the game for years now. So
Okay.
it actually brought a lot of players back to Fortnite because the building was really gimmicky. So if you weren't good at building, you weren't good at Fortnite, at least the online portion, because you didn't have to be good at shooting necessarily, but if you could stop somebody from being able to shoot you and getting them trapped inside of whatever contraption that you can make while you set up whatever combos, then yeah, you're gonna lose that fight. But yeah, they took building out, so now it's like people that were, let's say, playing Warzone or PUBG, even Apex, they could go back to Fortnite and they have like superior aiming skills because Fortnite, the general fan base is like kids, middle school kids, maybe even younger, and then even some high schoolers. So now that people that are like elite with aiming and stuff like that have been gaming in battle royales for years are on it now, that these kids don't stand a chance because I mean they were like building was how they were winning. So if you take out that feature of the game, Now you got to rely on just aiming and like battle royale
Parents,
strategy. Yeah.
I was gonna say, parents, hold on to your kids because we coming. We coming
Right.
to the Fortnite. No,
I'm sure
but
they'll
for
put
real,
it
that's
back
why I
there.
didn't play Fortnite because of the whole building feature. Like I thought it. Like I didn't like it. Like put it like that. I didn't like building forts in the game, but I thought it was a cool game. And when I first saw this, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go play Fortnite now. Like that's how I felt.
Yeah, Fortnite right now is in a crazy state. So almost every character imaginable is in Fortnite. Celebrities are in Fortnite. I think Ariana Grande is in Fortnite.
Wasn't Martin Luther King in just Fortnite at one point? Wasn't there like a Martin Luther King event happening for like MLK Day? Didn't that happen?
There was. It was, yeah. So it wasn't like the live game. It was like in a creator mode, but you could walk by essentially a podium and hear the speech.
Okay.
Yeah, but that turned into a trolley situation, so they took that out pretty quickly. But yeah, Fortnite, no building. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm sure they'll put it back so they can keep on milking these kids for money, so they can buy their skins and dances and everything.
Yeah, and I think it's only in like the casual online mode. I think in competitive you can still build, or like some other modes you can. So if you are into forts, they didn't totally remove it. So
good news for the Fortnite players. Yeah,
I think we got some good news for PlayStation players now too, huh?
Yeah. So PlayStation has announced that it's gonna, reportedly will reveal a Spartacus codename subscription service as soon as next week. So this is supposed to be in competition to Xbox subscription service. So let's read
almighty Game Pass.
Sources say that PlayStation will have a splashy lineup of hit games and will officially merge PlayStation Plus with PlayStation Now, which is the cloud service. And then, so there are reportedly plans to offer multiple tiers of the service, with each tier offering more options to go along with a higher price point. The first tier will include the same benefits as PlayStation Plus, including online play and free monthly games. The more expensive tiers will throw in access to a gaming library similar to Game Pass, while a third, more expensive tier will include PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP games into this library. I'm gonna subscribe to that. That sounds great. The most expensive tier will also include the ability to stream games and play extended demos. So that's a big deal that that tier is going to offer, because PlayStation is not really backwards compatible with anything. Well, PS4, but not like anything.
Do they list the prices?
No, they don't. So that's what I'm curious to see how much that's going to cost.
Yeah,
because I'm saying I'm going to subscribe to it, but like not if it's like $40 a month. So we'll see.
Right. I'm pretty sure that as soon as we finish recording, the announcement will come out, so that will be the last report on it. So
we'll be outdated.
We'll take a lunch break and then we'll come back. Yeah.
The rumors are that it's going to cost more than Game Pass, though.
Of course. Well, yes. I imagine
tier.
that the tier 1, like this more expensive tier, is probably going to cost more than Game Pass. Probably. Probably the second tier, like the middle tier, is probably going to be around the same cost as Game Pass, but then this one is definitely for sure going to be.
You better hope.
But I like that they're throwing PSP games in there. That's awesome, because there are a lot of PSP games that I wish I could play that I missed, that I was thinking of, that I think about all the time. So that's really cool. And depending on how much it costs, I will be subscribing to that.
Yeah, I might check that out. I get the Game Pass for free, so check out. I could pay for the Sony one and not drain my pockets.
You guys, I'm ashamed of both of you guys right now.
Why?
I had to friggin' drag you guys into Microsoft Game Pass, and Sony says, "Hey, we got this codename bull crap coming out." You're like, "Oh yeah, so here's my money. Here's my freaking money." You guys are horrible.
Well,
but
no.
Anyway,
it's not because it's Xbox. It's because for me personally, it's not I don't have an Xbox. You know what I mean? So it's like I have to play it on my iPad, which is. It's a fine experience, but it's not as smooth as playing on an Xbox. But I have a PlayStation, so this is.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll leave it for both of you guys to compare it to Game Pass, because I'm not gonna even try it. So maybe we'll see.
Oh man, Josh, are you some sort of hater? Are you this week's hater?
It's not hate. It's hate. A little bit of hate.
But we're not over here hating on Game Pass. I said Game Pass was very intuitive
You're
and great.
not. You weren't hating
No,
on Game
I
Pass.
was not.
Okay, all
I was
right. We
hating.
might-
No, you're right. I was for a little bit,
You know
but
this.
then
You know these
I
shows
got
are
on board with
recorded,
it.
right? You know these are archived and they're on the internet.
I
For
just going
everyone
to
to
find
see.
the receipts.
I was for a little bit, but then I was on board.
Okay.
But I wonder if they're gonna offer some free trial. What do you think? Probably not, right? Like a week, 2 weeks.
I'm sure they'll probably have some like introductory level of it so that people are at least familiar with it.
Yeah. So okay, so that's gonna be announced this week. Hopefully, that's what they say. But I wonder when it's actually gonna be launched. We'll see about that too. I'm just curious to see the prices, but we'll probably have an update on that next week.
It's
Just
good to
let me
see
know
that they
if you
have.
can play Elden Ring from work when you get it.
Yeah, right. That means that I can. Yes. That means that I can play my PlayStation games on my iPad, right? Just like how I play Xbox games on my iPad, right?
In
Is
theory,
that a thing?
yeah.
Does
It says
has
game
a
streaming, yeah. So
yeah.
the most expensive tier, you'll be able to stream games, but it doesn't say from every device. So that's an assumption there. I mean, I hope
That
that
is the whole
Can you
thing is an
stream from
assumption. So
I know you can stream from the cloud, but can you stream from your console?
well,
if
we
I
got
can
to
take
stay tuned for more.
if I can take my gaming off my PlayStation, like how Xbox, like you can play games anywhere, that'd be amazing. And I don't care if Sony is copying straight from Microsoft. Like, I don't care. It's just more convenient for me.
Yeah, but if they don't have all the features, they can't charge you guys more. I would be mad at that.
Yeah, that is a good point.
That is a good point.
It does look like streaming is the future of gaming because as we see here, Netflix has acquired another gaming studio for their streaming service.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, guys. I'm on point with the transitions today.
You are. Look at that. You guys did one episode without me, and now you guys are getting good. Way better at me than transitioning. Just do all the transitions, James. You're good at it. I'm not good at transitioning.
Oh man, the pressure's on now. It's about to get ugly.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess Netflix has been acquiring all these game studios quietly, which I'm interested to see what they're planning on doing with that. Has anybody used the game service on Netflix?
I have not.
Okay.
No, but I did play that Stranger Things game for a little bit, and it's actually a really good game. It is. It's a good game.
So that's the one that's on Netflix, right? So how are you playing that with a?
Well, I played on. It's on like every system account. You don't have to play it on Netflix.
Oh,
but
got
it's
it.
a Netflix game.
Okay.
Like it's when you turn it on, Netflix it tells you Netflix published this game.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's actually the gameplay is pretty good. I don't know what to describe it like compared to, but it's like similar gameplays to like I think it's like a beat 'em up type game.
Okay.
Like but it was pretty good from what I played. I'm not mad at Netflix. Because usually the video games that are like come from movies and shows are usually trash, like completely trash.
Yeah.
But this one was actually a decent game.
I agree. So let's see, because I actually didn't read this article. So
yeah, it's a studio called Boss Fight. So it says Netflix has a commitment to offering ad-free games as part of their subscription service. So the developers can focus on just gameplay rather than monetization. So it looks like their contracts could be through Netflix, all the monetization and everything will be handled on their end. So the game developers can focus on, let's make a fun game, not how can we make a lot of money off this game, which is part of the problem with game development is you do want to make a great game, but you do want to monetize it, but not so much so that you steer people away. Kind of like this GTA situation just now is like they're trying to monetize it. Yeah. Oh, EA for sure.
Everything EA. Yes. Okay. Well, good for you, Netflix. They need to do something because I feel like the quality of their originals is falling off a little bit. But
big time. They cancel all the good shows.
Yeah.
They raise the price every other quarter, it seems.
They're trying to crack down on
password sharing.
On password sharing. Oh man, they got to do something to make up for some loss on money. So
not only that, there's like a new streaming service popping up every month.
Yeah, that's true. They really have to step up
content off
Paramount. Like they probably like losing a lot of business. So
yeah,
I feel bad for Netflix.
They definitely have to step up their their content, especially what was I about to say? Oh yeah, and they need to close the gap on how long they're taking to like produce new seasons of shows, because it's taking entirely too long, I think, for all their
Yeah.
shows. And I understand like COVID and stuff like that, but like I feel like other places have given us second seasons of things way faster. Stranger Things, I saw a picture of the cast and they're so old now. I'm just like, oh
Yeah.
my God. Like it's so bad. It's been like 4 years. It's crazy. But yeah, they need to get back on it. They do.
Yeah, they've been losing content left and right with everyone popping up with their own streaming services. I mean, we recently had Funimation and Crunchyroll merge, and now we got Crunchyroll here is the titan of anime streaming, which happens to be the next segment.
Yep. Look at James again, hitting the transitions again.
What are we losing
Sorry,
on Crunchyroll? We can't watch free episodes? What?
No more free episodes on Crunchyroll.
Oh, yes. So Crunchyroll is removing the option to watch free episodes. So you gotta pay. You gotta pay for your Crunchyroll subscription. No more freeloading off Crunchyroll.
It looks like you'll be able to check out the first 3 episodes of a series for free, and then after that, it's no longer available. So they give you like a free trial in that sense of, all right, check out the first 3, and then after that, you got to pay to play.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, that's not so bad. I mean, Crunchyroll has to make their money too. You know, you can't just be giving you a bunch of content for free.
That's how the Viz app is actually when I read manga. So they'll have the first 3 and the last 3 are free, but everything in between you have to pay for to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So some of them, like the ones I'm caught up with, I don't have to pay for like the actual individual chapters. But if I'm starting a new series, I can check out the first 3, and then I'll have to make that decision of, all right, do I want to pay for all the chapters in between until I get caught up, or what?
Yeah.
So that's not a new sort of way to monetize offering manga.
But
so I guess
with that one, do you pay for
them?
them? You pay for it separately by the show, or is it like you either?
So you can have like your pro subscription, and that's just like unlock the library, or you can pay for like individual titles and own that title, so that even if you no longer subscribe, you still own. It's like buying the physical volumes of the manga.
Right. Okay.
Got it. And Crunchyroll is also removing a bunch of stuff off their service too. I thought this was a big deal, but I don't really know a lot of this stuff. So Food Wars, yes, I'm a little mad about, because I haven't gotten caught up on that show yet. I'm not finished, so I have to finish that before they take it off next week, or this week actually. And Agame La Kill. Yes. I've been meaning to watch that also, but I'm sure that's somewhere else. I think that's on Netflix too, so maybe I can watch it over there. But on this other list, yeah, I know a lot of people say that. I bet that's been on my list for a while. But like besides that, are you guys familiar with any of these other shows that they're getting rid of?
No Game, No Life. I've been meaning to check out, but maybe not that seriously, because it's been on my list to watch for I don't even know how long. I think there's something else up here that I was meaning to check out, but I hadn't yet. So
they're getting rid of quite a few. I didn't think the list was going to be this long.
Yeah, the list is very long. Yeah. We're not going to read through it. So if you're interested to know, then just look up the article and you'll see it. It's quite a few things.
Right. Not too many heavy hitters on there. So
that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of it's not really like too notable. Like a couple are, but
the biggest ones might be Food Wars and maybe like Gate. I think I remember seeing that somewhere. Black Bullet maybe, but yeah, I don't see a lot of them that I recognize.
Yeah, and they're probably just ones that are not doing too well, like that are not getting a lot of numbers on streaming, so they're just getting rid of it. But yes, okay, so we've gotten through everything. I want to get into the discussion part of our episode where we're just talking about things that we watched. So just really quickly, Ranking of Kings while we're talking about anime. Season 2 might be 2 to 4 years away, because so I was trying to I forgot about the art. I forgot to put the article in here, but I was reading this the other day. The manga is currently not far enough along for a second season, so they have to wait for the manga to have enough content out.
It's only like 56 chapters. Like when I saw it, I was like, oh, I can read this in a couple days.
Yeah, so we'll be waiting for a while for season 2 of Ranking of Kings, to say the least. So yeah, I'm done with Ranking of Kings. I liked it a lot, but there was a good chunk of time where I was thoroughly confused by what was going on. Am I like the only one?
Subbed or dubbed?
I watched it dubbed, but then the last like 4 episodes, they only had it in sub. So I watched like the last couple episodes in sub, unless I just wasn't looking for it. But
that makes sense.
Yeah,
So you were saying it was done. I was like, wait, there's no way, because I was imagining only dubbed. But
yeah, so like they have so they have up to episode 18 dubbed, I think, and then 18 through 24 or 22 is in sub.
Gotcha.
You have to switch over.
I'll still wait for the dub, but yeah, I've been enjoying it so far too. But I was confused for a little while, like what's going on here.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the dub, and I was not really confused. I want to say maybe towards later in the story, maybe it got a little bit confusing. I'm trying to remember exactly when, but like really, I feel like I understood it for the most part.
I just felt like there was a lot going on. Like there was a lot going on with a whole bunch of with multiple different groups, and I'm just like, I just didn't understand really how it all came together. I feel like everyone was doing something.
Were you watching it, or were you like it was background?
I was watching it. Sometimes it was background because sometimes it was confusing. So I was just like, I'm tuning this out a little bit. I will say but it's because I was confused.
I feel like that show you have to be watching just because there's not a lot of dialogue. Like a lot of the stuff is conveyed in like the pictures.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are not caught up then because you guys didn't switch over to watch the sub, right? Okay.
I didn't watch this week's the most previous episode that came out in dub. I haven't watched it, so I think I'm on episode 17 maybe.
I'm curious to hear Boji's voice in Japanese though. I might just check it out.
I mean, it's the same, really. It's because like he doesn't say any words. It sounds the same. But Kage's voice, I think I like Kage's voice better in Japanese.
Wait, time out. Now that we're talking about the voices, I meant to talk about this. Shannon, you have to watch the dub.
Watch the dub of what?
The dub of Ranking of Kings.
No, I mean I was watching the dub up until episode 18.
Did you recognize the side soldier who was like invested in Boji? Like, do you recognize his voice?
No.
I think he has blonde hair, and he's like, remember the one who saw him like dodging the snakes in the yard?
Is that Domus? Is this the one that pushed him?
Didn't see Ranking of Kings.
Yes. Are you talking about the guy that pushed him off the cliff?
No, the guy who's with him, the other soldier.
Oh, the one that trained him?
No, the soldier that goes with them on the journey. There's the guy who trained him, and then there's another guy who's just like, I want to go because
yeah.
Boji,
okay, I mean? Yes, I don't recognize his
guy.
Voice. Where's his voice from?
Aaron's voice from Attack on Titan, the dub.
Really? Oh, I didn't watch the dub of Attack on Titan. That's why. Only like a couple, like not enough to recognize his voice.
You can't. It's exactly the same voice, mannerisms, and everything. And like some of the lines are like stuff that he would say in Attack on Titan. So I was like, oh my god, this is kind of weird, but whatever.
Really? Oh. Yeah, no, I didn't recognize it. Yeah, but I did watch it. So like, yeah, I watched it in dub, and then I had to switch over to sub, just because that's all that was out. Okay, but I feel like I can't really talk about it fully because you guys haven't caught up to the end of it. Which is
why?
cool.
Is there a big plot twist or reveal or something crazy that happens at the end?
There are just some things I want to talk about, but I can talk about one point without giving anything away. How old is Boji supposed to be? Does anybody know?
I think it said he was like 12.
Yeah,
okay, I saw 14 somewhere.
Something like that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
But like, it's just so hard to like.
Yet, but yeah.
I read 15? That he was 14. I don't know. Who knows? I didn't get any. This is just all speculation. Like people were saying this, but I didn't see any official like description of his age. But and I know that he's like small because like his father stole his power from him. But like, I think of him as a 4-year-old, and that's what makes him cute to me. So I'm gonna just pretend. I'm just gonna keep pretending that he's 4.
Well, it's not only that he's small. Like his, like spoiler warning. Like his dad like took. He's supposed to be like retarded, kind of like. Sorry for using the word retarded, but like he's supposed to be. What's the word? What's the correct word that I'm looking for? Like he's supposed to have like disabilities. You know what I mean? Like more than just strength. Like he can't understand. Like that's why the queen is like, oh, I still have so much to teach him because like, okay, Down syndrome is what I was looking for, because I have a nephew with Down syndrome, and it's like
Mhm.
he's like 26 or 27, but in the mind he's like 6 or 7. You know what I mean? It's something like
Mhm.
that. That's what I interpreted it as. I don't know.
Okay.
It could be different.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. But that's a big, so like, okay, so I found one article. Okay, so there are many speculation regarding Boji's age. Some say he is between 10 and 12. Some think of him as a teenager. Several Japanese articles suggest that Boji is actually 14 years old at the beginning of the story. I feel like that's too old. I feel like we need to bring it down to 10. But his
Now
brother's
14 is good, because he's supposed to be the older brother, and if the
yeah, I
younger
know.
brother is beating up adults and he hasn't even got the strength yet, so it's like Boji should be like 14. Sounds like a good age, I think.
It does. It does. I just think of him as a little cute little 4-year-old. But
Right.
no, I'd rather take 14 just because something's gonna happen at the end, and you're just gonna wonder like about ages or whatever. Because yes, Daida is younger
But
than him. I don't know
I
how much younger than him he is, but you'll see what I'm talking about.
I already have it in my head that like Boji is like supposed to be like a teenager. Like
Okay.
it
Yeah.
makes sense for him to be a teenager.
Yeah. Yeah. It does. I mean, it does just for the events of everything else that happens but you'll see. But okay, there's not really much I can talk about if you guys didn't finish it yet. But how are you guys enjoying it so far?
I
I
love
think
that
you
show.
said it already. Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Do you love it though, James?
No, I love it. I mean, I forgot to watch the most recent episode, but
You know, when I'm a fan of something, I become a super fan, Shannon. Like it's either I love it or hate it. There's no
Yeah, I
in
know.
between.
That is. There's another popular anime that everyone's watching now. I've seen a couple episodes. Kotora Lives Alone. Have you guys heard of that one?
yeah, I've
Everyone's
heard of
watching
it.
that one now. Yeah, it's like the same, like best boy type of thing, like a small child's protagonist.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start watching that now that I'm done with Ranking of Kings. I can only care about one sad story about like children at a time. So now that that's over, now that I'm caught up on that, I'm gonna watch.
I'm hearing the new season of 86 is good too, so I might get
What's
on
that?
I talked about the first season a while ago. It gave me like Attack on Titan vibes.
Oh, I remember
It's
this. Okay.
yeah, but
Okay.
that's another one.
Okay. All right, so that's Ranking of Kings. We'll talk about a little more once Jaja and James catch up with the dub, because I'm assuming that you guys are gonna wait for the dub and not switch to the sub. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Let's talk
But
about
Shannon, wait, before we move on, you didn't tell me that you have like a little sister or a little cousin on TV.
wait, what?
How come you didn't let us know?
Wait, what are you talking
That
about?
Ashley from Bel Air is like your little sister or little cousin,
You think
or
that
like
she
could
looks
be
like
your
me?
twin. Yeah, she looks exactly like you.
I don't think so, but okay.
Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, that's a little Shannon right there. Like,
I don't think so. James, you don't think she looks like me, right?
No, I hadn't thought about that until Jaja's mentioned it. No,
Okay, but
no, I don't see it much.
oh man,
Okay.
we got to take a poll. We got to put a poll up on Instagram.
No. Okay, I'll think about it, but not.
But yeah, I was mad you weren't here for this last week, because I finally got around to Bel Air, and I honestly think it's one of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
Yes,
Agreed.
yes. Bel Air is really, really good. I don't. Okay, so Jaja, now that you're more caught up, give us your updated takes on the events that are happening.
I think it's fantastic. I mean, I feel sometimes like they're rushing through certain scenarios. Like I feel like they hit a lot of like different topics throughout this whole season really fast. And like the last episode I watched, they were like talking about his dad and stuff, and they told him about his dad, and it's like in one sense they kind of dragged it throughout the episode, because they kept going back and forth whether they were going to tell him or not, but they eventually told him and like got that. I don't know if it's done with. Maybe the next episode he goes looking for his dad. It looks like it's not finished, but like I feel like things are moving kind of fast in the show, but I like it. Like I like all the actors. No one has really bothered me. I wish they showed a little bit more Ashley, to be honest.
Yeah,
like,
they don't show enough for her. Yeah, that's true.
I see what they're doing with her plot line, and And I guessed it from the beginning. As soon as she was looking for her friend, I was like, "Oh, she's gonna be the one." So, but I like it. I like everything that's happening in the show. I really like. I'm looking for something bad to say about the show. Like, you know me, Shannon. I'll be ready to tear something up, but I can't find nothing bad to say about the show.
Yeah, no, it's really good. So we'll talk more next week. But the
To the
show
finale.
the finale, and also this last episode took a really interesting turn as well. So I really wish you would have seen it, but we'll talk about it next week a little bit. But this last episode was really, 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 really good.
I love that Hillary's not like this corny, like ditzy person. Like, she actually is smart and intelligent, and like Carlton has his own issues, and
yeah,
everything's just like really where it's supposed to be. It was like, this is what the show is supposed to be. It's just without the jokey jokes.
yeah. And all the actors are amazing at their roles. Everyone's doing a great job. Yeah, it's a great show. It's a great show. It just gets better and better every week. I'm really sad that it's over already. I feel like it just started. But that's what happens that's what happens when they release 3 episodes at once, and then they just go week to week, because then it goes by too fast.
I was gonna say, like, the small changes like do so much, like just what I said about Hillary, but also like Will meeting Lisa and like committing to one girl so early in the show, when we know Will to be like a player, like hollering at everything, you know what I mean? And he didn't meet Lisa until like freaking season 20 or something, you know what I mean?
20,
so,
yeah.
Like, and it looks like he's really taking her serious, and he's not even rushing things, like, you know what I mean? Like, the way he's handling her is like different than the way Will would have handled, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, every change they made, it's like, it's hitting.
Yeah, I agree. It's really well written, and it's just really good overall. 10 out of 10, I think. It's a really good show.
Yeah. This one set the standard for reboots, I think. Like, if you're gonna do a reboot, like,
it will. But like, people still shouldn't be like thinking that they can do. I think people are also gonna look at the show and be like, I can reboot this show too. I feel like just don't. No. Just don't reboot anything.
I bet you this show starts a trend. All the jokey joke shows is gonna come out with a serious version now.
Oh my god, I hope not. Don't do it.
Well, I did see a trailer, and I don't know how true it is, but there's a Martin kind of dramatization. It was
Lord.
Yeah, I think it was a fan made kind of thing. I don't think it's like a true blue, but it was like Pam and Gina, or something along those lines.
That show could be really good, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
It was a while ago when I seen it, but it was a dramatized version, up to date dramatized version of Martin. And I want to say it was like Pam and Gina that they were focusing on, but
I'm gonna look it up.
I'll have to check it out again. I'll send it to you guys if I find it.
No, we don't need it. Don't do it.
Unless it's made by the same people, don't do it. They're the only ones that could do this reboot thing.
Wait, sorry guys, I lost my headphone. I can't hear anything that's going on. Give me 1 second. Oh wait, okay, wait. Now I'm back. I like dropped my earphone, like fell out of my ear, and I have no idea where it went. That's fine. I'll find it later. What were you saying? Sorry.
If anybody's gonna do a reboot, it has to be the same crew, these same writers, maybe even these same actors, because these actors are doing great.
Let's just take this as the one success story from reboots that we're gonna have, and not do anything else.
How about that? A million, literally the one in a million.
How about this? This reboot was so good that I'm not mad at all the other trash reboots that had to come before us, so that we got this one.
Yeah. Okay. I agree.
But like that, I really like the show. I really.
I'm really sad for it to end. And I hope that we don't have to wait too long for a season 2, if there is going to be a season 2.
Oh, so are we doing 2 season finales next week? The Attack on Titan and Bel Air?
Oh shoot! Yeah.
Next week is going to be juicy.
It's going to be a good episode. We'll split the time half and half. Yeah, that's going to be good. All right, make sure you're caught up, Jaja. Watch it all. All right.
Plus
Morbius. Huh? Oh, plus Morbius. Oh God, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a super packed episode. It's fine. We'll do it. We'll get it done.
Yeah, we'll get it done.
Anything else about Bel Air before we quickly move on to Atlanta?
No, it's really good. go ahead and watch it. Abbott
So
Elementary
is
is
Atlanta.
back too. So
Oh yeah. And that episode, the new episode of Abbott Elementary was really good too. So
Yeah.
if you guys do you watch that show, Jaja?
That's another one that I gotta watch. I heard a
Yeah.
lot of stuff about that.
That show's really good. And the comeback episode, this episode that just came on following the break that they went on, it was really good. So yes. Atlanta's also really good. So make sure you guys need to, Jaja, you need to like catch up on Atlanta and watch Atlanta because Childish Gambino, Donald Glover is a genius when it comes to, I think, writing and like basing things on that show off of things that are really happening in the world, especially the first episode of this new season. James, what did you think?
So at first I was like, wait, am I watching the wrong thing? Because I didn't see
I know,
any
yeah.
of the Atlanta characters. But then I forgot sometimes they'll tell like a side story of some like, completely unrelated thing. Like that time when he was trying to get money to I forgot what he was trying to get money for, but he had like to buy the dog and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, then he found Michael Jackson in one episode. It was like one of those, yeah, it was one of those kind of episodes. But yeah, so when I was watching it, I was trying to remember like, where do I remember this from? Because I knew like the situation of like white people adopting Black kids going like south all the time, well, most of the times. And then I was like, this seems like it was based on reality. So then afterwards I seen like, okay, this was actually a true story, even like down to the costume design. And then luckily it ended differently. But yeah, it was definitely based on an actual story of like something that happened with adopted Black kids.
Yep. And it's kind of crazy. It's crazy. Everything in that episode was based on like real things. From the beginning when he was like dancing on the desks, that was a meme that came from. And then what else? I meant to like write this down. What else was in there that was like a real thing besides the foster parent? But that was the main point of it actually. It was kind of like a horror based. I felt like I was watching a Jordan Peele movie almost. So like that was
like you didn't expect it to be scary, but it was actually ended up being scary. Yeah,
it was really good. Beware of the white savior syndrome out here. These crazy people are. But yeah, so Jaja, you should definitely watch it. You should at least watch that episode because you could watch that episode without like watching anything else because it's
with
separate.
No context.
It's separate from with no context of anything else that happened. It's like a separate thing. But
okay.
Like the first episode of this current season you should watch. It doesn't have anything to do with anything else. It's like a separate thing. But it's really good.
Yep. And then it kind of covers topics that you're not even thinking about. So like when he finally got reunited with his mom, like she was like nothing happened. It was like back to business as usual. So it's like kind of how trauma in the Black community sometimes like a dramatic event will happen and then it'll be like your mom will come and say like, hey, you want to go to the store with me? And then like you got to pretend like nothing ever happened. So like he just went through that whole traumatic thing and then he was like, is there any spaghetti in the fridge? And his mom was like, yeah, there's some spaghetti in the fridge. And then
but I think at that point he was just being appreciative of the life that he had come from.
Yeah, like, definitely from what he just experienced. So
like it was very I wasn't expecting the episode to be what it was, but it was actually really good. It was really well done. That show should win.
Really deep.
Yeah, it was. That episode should win something. Yeah, for sure. And then like the second episode, even though we were back into like the main plot of the story, that shed light on a lot of things too. Like one, how the prison systems are in like other countries. Because when Paperboy was in jail, I kind of looked up like other jails and other like in European countries, and like a lot of them are like way better than than jails in America are. Like a lot of them actually have cells that look like that have like comfortable beds and like kitchenettes in them and TVs in them. And then a lot of jails like focus on reform of the prisoners. Like a lot of places will offer classes and stuff like that. And it's a whole like it's just a better prison system that exists like outside of America. So that was something that I did a lot of research on after I saw that. And also the festival, the very what's it called? What's the episode called?
It's called like the episode. I don't remember what that was.
Yes, because that's the name of the holiday. It's called shoot. Hold on, sorry. Sinterklaas. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
So it's a very it's a what country were they in? Let's see. Is it Holland? Amsterdam, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, they're in Amsterdam.
Oh, it's the Netherlands, yeah. So they have a holiday tradition where like it's kind of like Santa, It's like Santa Claus. He's like a Santa Claus like figure, but the story it's based off of the folk tales that they used to tell, and he used to like travel around and give gifts to kids with a black servant boy named Black Peter. That was the folklore. So now, like people in the Netherlands, they celebrate this holiday, and like people, like a whole bunch of people put on blackface and stuff to like cosplay Black Peter, and they like wear blackface. So like that's a real thing that I looked up after I watched that episode, and it still goes on to this day. And I'm just like, wow, that's insane. But yeah, the show sheds light on a lot of things that are happening that people don't really think about. But that's a real thing that still happens in 2022. So
Yep. Even
nice.
that deathbed scene. I
Oh
know there
yeah,
are some
that was
countries
weird.
where that's legal, that you can like kind of legally decide to end your own life.
Yeah, I was like, is this a cult? That's weird. But that was a little traumatizing. But yeah, there's a lot of, the show's really good. There's a lot of messages. There's a lot of things that you learn watching the episodes, and like sometimes you don't pick it up right away. Sometimes you have to watch an episode more than once, and then you catch things you didn't catch before. But it is really, really good. And Donald Glover is like the writers for that show like are geniuses. I think it's a really good show. So you should definitely catch up, John.
Yeah,
Definitely catch up,
cannot
John.
background watch.
Check
If you
it out.
background watch,
It's
you'll
on-
miss something.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
Yes. I know you have a lot of things on your list, but like you should watch that. You should move that closer to the top, I think.
Yeah, binge.
Binge it.
Priority chain.
Yeah, priority 10 for sure. But yeah, we don't want to talk about it too much since I know you haven't seen it. But does anyone else have any other thoughts about anything else before we close up for the day?
I'm good.
None here. We'll see what this week brings as soon as we finish recording. I'm sure there'll be some new game studio bought.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be so much things to talk about next week. I'm sure we'll have an update about Sony. There's gonna be a new episode of Atlanta. There's gonna be a new episode of Bel Air, Morbius, season finale of Bel Air, series finale of Attack on Titan. So many things. It's gonna be a good episode next week. A lot to talk about. So look forward to that, everyone. Look forward to that. All right. So if there's nothing else, you guys can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Blerdsnerds. Send us an email, blerdsnerds@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast listening app of choice. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.